talking about love.
Hi, guys.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I believe this is our 14th video.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's one of them. But we've had an eventful weekend.
Yes,
don't you
eventful.
think? Yes, very much. If you have children, God bless you. If you don't. Now we'll get into it for this week. We had an interesting topic. We kind of like did a countdown, kind of like a top 10, 11 list of ways to show you love, show your lover that you love them. And yeah, this should be quite funny. Eastside, what's good, Pop? Yeah, so we had a bunch of things. I mean, there's so many ways to say that you love somebody and to show that you love them. But we had about 11, I think we came down with 11. It could have been more, but yeah, he did, I did. Yeah, I do the preparation, for these videos and stuff. Yeah. So we'll get right into it. Number 11, right? You should listen to your lover. Listen to your partner.
That should be self-explanatory, but most people just hear and not listen.
Yes, they have a tendency to hear and not listen. Most of the time, my wife says, "Oh, I need you to do this," and I hear her, but I ain't doing nothing. So
crazy.
It does. But you gotta listen. Really take in. Really letting them know that you actually are listening to them. Following what they want you to do. Yeah. Like washing dishes, which I absolutely hate.
Oh
but,
my God.
Yeah. Number 10 would be to trust them.
Yes.
And I think that goes a long way.
It does.
Because, yeah, you want to show somebody you love them, but if you don't trust them, how much love are you actually sharing and offering in your relationship? If she didn't trust me, especially I worked in the music industry for years, there's a lot of things you get to experience, a lot of things that you see, but it was because I knew that, she loved me and, she trusted me that I'd come back home, no matter the things that were going on. Anyway, ow! See, that's what I'm gonna tell the judge. Your Honor, see the mark? We got this recorded too. Yup.
It's all
See?
good.
It's all good. See. Next thing would be number 9. You can cook for them.
Oh, that's big.
Big.
I would go to work and people would be like, "Oh, Kalea, what are you eating?" And I'm like, "Oh, I have this shrimp linguine and we have this crab." And they're like, "Oh my God, where did you get it from?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, my husband cooked for me." And they're like, "Wow, you're lucky." And I'm like, "Listen, everybody has that." I grew up in a house where most of my family, men, knew how to cook. So I just see it as like, all right, and that's from both sides of the aisle. My dad's family knew how to cook. My mom's family, men, knew how to cook. So I'd had him, and he knows how to cook. He's gotten better as, our relationship has gone on. We've tried new things, and it's been great. So, yeah, he cooks.
It's great for her, because I'm in the one in the kitchen. See, my mom raised 3 boys, and she would, put it on us to make sure that if you got a girl and you got married and she couldn't cook, at least you wouldn't starve. So, me and my brothers, we all throw down in the kitchen, and we've gotten better with time, new things that we see. Our diets have changed, so, we try different types of meals and things of that nature, but I always got to make sure she's fed, and feeling her best. Plus, when I was a kid, I used to always be like, "Yo, I'm not going to eat none of these vegetables and none of this stuff. I'm going to just eat seafood," because I love seafood, and pasta all the time. So that's what I grew up to cook. More so, now I throw down on the vegetables and stuff like that. Make a mean spinach, stew spinach and everything. But, I like my seafood. I love my pastas and, mixing in between. So.
And I do know how to cook, so.
Yes, she does know how to cook.
I cook. Thanksgiving is my Super Bowl. So I'm the one in the kitchen from 12 midnight on Wednesday all day Thursday.
Yeah.
To like about 4
Yeah,
o'clock.
I'm tasting everything and cutting the apples for the apple pie. I help.
Yes.
But not much. I'll be honest. It is what it is. But one thing about cooking, and showing your significant other that you love them, give them the last bite. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you're eating together and eating a scrumptious meal, they're really enjoying it, give them the last bite. You'll see that goes a long way in really just showing how unselfish you are. And even if you're just dating, doing that works. Just about every time. It's always the little things. All right. So that was. So number 8, be present. Okay.
Not like me right now.
Yeah. As we're doing this, she's doing a crossword puzzle that we usually do before we go to bed anyway. But you're supposed to be present.
I can't figure it out. It's driving me crazy. So I'm gonna put it down anyway.
Be present, okay? So not on your phones, not in the newspaper, doing your puzzles and things like that.
I have a very, very short attention span. So it's really hard to keep my attention. It's always been like that ever since I was a kid. I wasn't bad in school though. I knew what to do, when to do it, but my attention span was really short. So you'll be talking to me and then I'm like, ooh, butterflies.
Butterflies. That's what we call it. When she does that, we go, ooh, butterflies. My daughter does the same thing, so it is what it is. But it's important to be present, especially when you're scheduling your date nights. If you're married, try to get at least one day out the month where you can just be together and it's just you and your significant other, and y'all can just spend time together. One of the things that helps in a relationship and in a marriage is constantly learning about each other. So asking questions, learning different pet peeves that they may have, learn something new about, your lover from their past. Don't hold it against them, but, find out some things of, their makeup, what made them into the person that they are today. And you'll continue to learn new things and, really kind of reinvigorate your relationship day by day. Every time you do that. So be present, ask questions, get the person to talk about the most important person in their lives, themselves. Works every time. She's not laughing because she calls me a swindler, all right? She calls me a swindler. She thinks I manipulated her somehow, and it was.
It's manipulation.
They call it game, but it is what it is.
You call a spade a spade.
Call a spade a spade. Game recognized game. Looking familiar, huh?
Whatever.
Yeah.
Go ahead,
Anyway,
next question.
Next one. 15 minutes a day. All right? 15 minutes a day. Give each other 15 minutes where nothing is involved. No other people, no distractions. Just 15 minutes that you spend with your significant other and just talk with them. Find out about their day. Let them ask about yours. Talk about your feelings, exactly how you're feeling. Be honest and no judgment in that 15 minutes. Some people call it pillow talk. It is what it is. But using just that 15 minutes where it's just you two and nothing else in the world. Does that work?
Yeah, that does. It's very important, especially when one of you is away or both of you are away at work, to come together at the end of the night to debrief. We mentioned that in another video, but it's very important to give each other that. And it always goes past 15 minutes, but at least 15 minutes a night.
At least 15 minutes. It works. Especially if you have busy schedules, it works every time. So that was number 7. We're going to jump to number 6. Flirting still works.
Oh my God. He is a humongous flirt.
Yeah, listen. Yes, I am. Look, it was a part of me for a long time. So I'm married, so now it's just you.
Yeah.
Get to flirt with you every day.
Yes.
Innuendos.
And I think he's such a
creep life.
Oh my God.
All day.
Silly creep.
I'm silly. Many people don't know that. I am quite silly. But yeah, it's fun. Get to flirt and make her feel beautiful, make her feel wanted, and vice versa. That's how you keep, that relationship flowing. Different things, happening in your lives, but you use those little moments just to see a smile on their face and make them feel wanted. Okay, make them feel beautiful. Girls, let your guys feel great. Guys, let your girls feel wonderful. Make them feel like they're the luckiest person, like you're the luckiest person in the world to have them. Give them those compliments. You never know.
Inflating their ego once in a while is not. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad thing to do.
It's a great thing.
Especially like, you looking good today.
Girl, you looking good. Just embarrass them. I love it. I remember I had a teacher that always used to say, oh, you look pretty. She's like, oh, flattery will get you everywhere. And I never forgot that. So, hey, it still works. So definitely do that. Number 5, coming down to the top 5, do new things together. Adventures, go on different trips, visit places, try different foods, restaurants, just anything that's new. My birthday was last month, and Leia took me to Spyscape, the Spy Museum, and she had no idea if I would enjoy it or not.
Absolutely.
But we go, and I'm floored because I'm a knowledge buff. I like to learn new things, especially when it deals with technology and when it deals with, drama, spy activity, things like that. Like, I love watching, Law and Order and, American Greed. Like, I like to know the ins and outs on how things work and how people minds think. So to take me there where they're profiling you with different questions, we're walking through laser hallways, hitting buttons, watching videos determining people can, are lying and different things like that. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. Learning about all types of things. And we took a bunch of pictures, and it's very interactive. So if you get a chance to go, if you're in New York City, do that. But just a new experience. Like, we've been together, 15 years?
15 and a half.
15 and a half years, she's counting. 15 and a half years. And we're still experiencing new things. Last year, early this year, where did we go? We went to upstate New York. Had me.
We talked about that in one of the other videos.
Yeah.
The treetops and stuff like that. We're gonna do that again.
Yeah. Some wall climbing
around my birthday. So
yeah,
I'm excited.
Absolutely. Number 4. Show your love through action, not just words. And a lot of things that we spoke about today are doing things through action, not just saying that you love the individual, but actually doing things, but committing yourself to some of those things. What's so funny?
He said that. I mean, it's a good idea. I've never gone.
I've been to Niagara Falls.
He has family in Canada.
I have family. Yes.
So he's been a few times. I have never gone. I want to. So that's one of our trips. But that's a trip when we can drop the little one off somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's glued to our hip all the time. But yeah, not just words, like really make them feel special. Pay the extra close attention, remembering dates, things like that.
So I am a big proponent of our anniversary. I go all out, right? So I took him 1 year to Atlantic City. We had this big seafood thing. We went around the boardwalk. We played miniature golf. It was amazing, right? Then for his 30th birthday, I did a scavenger hunt where I plotted everything, and he had to follow all the clues, and I stayed up and I gave things, and it was great.
I had to go through the entire city to find my gift and different gifts, as well as my next destination.
Yeah.
And that year was pretty special. She had me all over New York City, and just from the time I even got out the shower, there was a clue waiting for me that took me from one place to the next. And everybody that I spoke to was in on it but me. So it was new. It was something that I was like, wow, she really put a lot of effort and thought into it. I love you for that. It's amazing. Like, you're just wonderful. Well, we'll go on to the next one before I sit up here and cry. Third would be do not do things just to get something in return.
So, like with me, I didn't do that just so he can reciprocate. Even though he did, I didn't do it so that I wanted him. I always try to make his birthday fun because when he was a kid, he didn't have those opportunities. So I try to, make it so every
Now, my
year.
mom she did do what she could, and she made our birthday special and traditional. We had our favorite dinner, we had our cake. It was wonderful, but I didn't have like the, big hoopla, like
No school parties,
Nah.
no people coming over
Actually,
and celebrate.
except when they used to do the McDonald's cakes. My mom worked at McDonald's. Love you for that. We used to have the McDonald's cakes, and if you're not old enough to remember the McDonald's cakes with the canned sugar cookies on the top, then yeah, I'm telling my age again. Go ahead.
Yes. So it's not just so you could get something in return. I never do that for him. I just like seeing him surprised, and just like for Father's Day, I got him his iPhone, right? So he didn't even know that I did it. I just was like, there's a special delivery for you, and he was like, what?
I had to go to my superintendent because it actually got delivered, and he knew who we were and was like, yo, I'm holding it for you. So everybody's in on it but me.
Again.
Every time, But with this as well, is you don't want to just do things just because you want something in return. So one of the things that guys tend to do is do you want a massage? You look kind of tense.
I just learned what this is.
You know what I mean? Start getting the rubbing and we trying to slip things in, But it's not, that's the only reason you were giving a massage, because you wanted something else. Don't do that. All right? Give it because you want to just give it. All right? Makes them feel good. It's not always about you. If you put in more effort in the things that you're giving, you'll get in return automatically.
Right.
Okay? And it'll feel even better because you get it twofold. It feels good to give and it feels good to receive. But if you have an expectancy of it and it doesn't work out, you start to, kind of have these expectations and start to resent the other individual. Like, you're not doing this and you're not doing that. What do you expect them to do? You know what I mean? If you're only doing it because you want them to feel, for them to feel a type of way and to reciprocate immediately, and you're doing it for the wrong reason. Number 2, make something for your lover, right? Like, actually put some thought into it. Write them a poem. Write them a letter. Create a photo collage, put it in a frame. Like, really put some real work into it, like how she does on these celebrations that we have. Like, really put some real thought into the things. And it doesn't have to be huge, okay? It could be something small. It could be, the simplest thing that you remember that they enjoy. When I walk by a flower shop or anything like that, if I walk by, and see a stuffed animal, I know Leia loves those, so I go get one. It's just a small thing to put the effort in and the thought. Just being able to remember certain things or dates, is important as well. And you'll see that, hey, they took the time to remember these things. That really shows, that you truly do love them. All right. That's good. All right. One more for you. Our top one. Learn your lover's love language. Okay. When we talk about love language, it's not about the language of speaking love. It's loving your partner the way they want to be loved. And a lot of people have trouble with this because they think, well, I'm supposed to just shower them with gifts. I'm supposed to just do this, or I'm supposed to do that, what you see on TV. And some people aren't receptive to that. Some people don't like surprises. Some people don't like being showered with gifts. They don't mind having a home-cooked meal at home. So you have to sit down and talk with your significant other. Take those 15 minutes. Find out how they want to be loved. Okay? Find out what really allows them to feel that they're in this relationship together. You know what I mean? And that could be, anything. Like, it could be acts of service. It could be through words. It could be flowers. It could be, washing your cup. Washing the dishes, allowing your lover to come home to a clean house. You have to find out how they want to be loved, and you can't just bark out orders and think that they're gonna get it. You know what I mean? gotta talk to them. You want to add something in on that?
No, it's I.
So I'm gonna tell you about a story. I'm a dork when it comes to like knowledge. I like to read things, comments, things like that. Just so happened there was this one woman in a comment box of this story, whatever, and she was like, I can't, I'm gonna be with my husband, but for the next 10 years, and then after that we're done because I tell him to do something, he doesn't do it, this, that, and the third. So it really started to. Other people started to comment and to find out from this woman. It's like, well, what do you necessarily want from him? Because how you want him to be, that's not him. And that's not how he wants to be loved. Okay? And vice versa. How you want to be loved, you're not telling him, you're not teaching him, you're not showing him how you want to be loved. So it became, less about, what she necessarily wanted in a relationship or in her marriage, but how they weren't clear about how each other wanted to be loved. You know what I mean? So if how you want to be loved is, not being bothered, watching a game with a beer in your hand, cool. If that's how you want to be loved, that's how it is. Public displays of affection. For me, I'm a guy. I work out. You meet people all the time. Everything's about, especially in New York, everybody got their personal space. We have a shield around us. You know what I mean? Pretty much all the time. Ice grills and all that. But when I come home, I want to hug my wife. She's the softest thing in the world to me. So it's just like, everything in this world is so hard, so tough, so difficult itself. I want something that is a bit vulnerable, something that is soft, something that melts, when I put my arms around it, which is her. Okay? So, that's how I want to be loved. All right? So find out how your lover wants to be loved and then cater to that, and then speak on it vice versa, how you want to be loved, and have them do so to you. And if they choose not to do that, I think you already have your answer where that relationship is going, and if they want you to do certain things you ain't comfortable with, call it a day.
So the one question that we did get was...
Oh, we had a question?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Why did you take that step to marriage? I hit my head. That's what it was. See, taking a step to marriage, I had to block out the things traditionally that you get, that you see on TV, and the things of the world, and how society throws what marriage is. And marriage isn't just a commitment, between two people taking a vow and getting a sheet of paper. It's a commitment, but more so it's about you two. It's not about everybody else. It's not about the rest of the world. Like, it's just about you two, and what it means to you. Mm-hmm. That's the commitment. It's about the wholeness of your relationship. It's about thinking about the love and respect that you have, and just utilizing this as a symbol to elevate that. You're the same person as you were before you got married.
Absolutely.
Okay? You are who you are before you got here. That shouldn't change. If anything, if it does change, it should evolve. It should get stronger. You should be able to elevate higher to a new plane of partnership, like the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith thing, and I respect them for that, for seeing their life bond above just what the societal norm offers in just being married. It's more than a marriage. It's a kinship. It's a friendship. It's a lifelong loving commitment to growth and understanding of how to love someone, and choosing to allow yourself to be loved.
And that's why he took that step.
I have to find someone actually he wants to send a text backwards. I see you, Riss. Yes, text back. It shows. It shows. But thank y'all for tuning in. That's our top 11 ways to show your lover, that you love them. We'll continue to do these videos. We got a whole bunch of other topics as well. You'll see more of these if you missed any of these or our previous ones on our website at kellumunlimited.com. You can also catch us on our YouTube. Same thing, and just type in and just type in our thing, Leia and Shah. We're actually titling our group now as Married for What? Leia and Shah, Married for What? In expectation for our book that we're still working on. Some editing is going on. It's a lot we like to give y'all. So, and most of all, it's us.
Right.
So you'll get more of what we do here, more in depth in the book. But yeah. And it's like when she does that. Good night, everybody.
Good
We'll
night.
see y'all soon. Share the video. Subscribe. We'll see y'all soon.
Bye.